Hi snooker fans, Curtis Braithwaite here for QSports.club. I'm at the Preston Guild Hall to do a Q&A session with three-time ranking event winner, Mark the Pistol Allen. Mark, how are you, mate?
Yeah, good mate, how are you?
Not bad, not bad.
Good.
Now Mark, tell us in the beginning, mate, what made you take up snooker?
Just my dad, really, just the usual old story. My dad used to take myself and my brother every Sunday to the local social club and started from there and sort of took up I really enjoyed it at the start, and went to the local snooker club. Then after that, my dad used to drop me down after my football match every Saturday morning. Used to play with my shin guards and everything still on from the football, and played for a couple of hours every Saturday, and realised that I had a bit of a sort of talent for it, and sort of started from there.
Great, mate. Now today, who's had the most influence on your career?
Probably the man I just mentioned there, my dad. He took me everywhere when I was younger, and but for the expense, I'm sure he would still take me everywhere now if he could. He gave up lots of early mornings, after working hard weeks and stuff, to take me to tournaments, working a second job to sort of make sure I had the money to go to tournaments across the water and stuff to play the better players, and without him I definitely wouldn't be here.
Yeah, top stuff. Now what are your goals for the coming season?
I'm not really a goal setter if I'm honest. I practice hard all season, and I like to think that go into every tournament with a chance of winning. I try my best in every single event, so I look back at any season and think, well, I've tried my best and that's all you can do. So I'm not one for targets. I'd like to make my first 147 in a professional event. I'd like to win the World Championships, but who doesn't at the end of the day? So my targets are probably no different to anyone else.
Absolutely, mate. Now Mark, what cue do you currently use?
John Paris, but don't ask me what type of cue it is. It's a wooden one, if that helps. I don't really pay much attention. John made me one a few years back, and I'll stick with it until, God forbid, that something happens to it. I'll never change.
And what tip do you use?
Elkmaster.
Elkmaster Pro?
Just the standard Elkmasters is what I've always used. I think when I very first started, my dad used to use Blue Diamonds.
Yeah.
So I think I used them for maybe a year, and then the club that I played in, anytime I got my tip done, it was always Elks from then on.
Okay, nice. Now Mark, you played plenty of matches in your career so far. You had a fair bit of success as well, top 16 player, like I said, three-time ranking event winner. But what's the most memorable match in your career to date?
There's probably two that stick out. Winning my first tournament in China, beating Ding in the final, was obviously a big scalp. Beating the home favourite, 6-0 in the final to win my first tournament. But probably beating Ronnie at the Worlds is probably my biggest.
Yeah.
To beat someone with Ronnie's pedigree and being defending champion and world number 1 at the time when I played him. Beating Ronnie over a best of 25, it takes some doing, not many people do it.
Absolutely, tremendous result that was, and that was sort of like a catalyst for you, wasn't it, to really push on then?
Yeah, that sort of gave me a belief I could do it in the longer matches. I'd beat all the top players in the shorter formats and stuff, but to beat Ronnie there at Sheffield with all eyes on me, sort of set me on the world stage, really, to know that I could compete with the top boys at the biggest level.
Yeah, absolutely, fully agree. Now, sorry to ask you this one, pal, but what's your most painful defeat?
There's a few. Most painful at the time, probably losing to Stephen Hendry in the first round of the World Championships. Not so much the match itself, I lost 10-9 from 9-7 up, but with what it had at stake. I knew getting into that match I needed to win to get into the top 16.
Yeah.
It was under the old format where the top 16 you were there all season long, so there was big things at stake in that match, and I sort of threw it away. And I was very, very fortunate that the results went my way after I got beat, and I managed to scrape in 16th anyway. But it was about a week after that I sort of got the results that I needed. So that week was really, really hard to sort of watch any snooker at Sheffield, and every day going by when people that could do me harm in the rankings were still in. I remember thinking about this ball or that ball I missed, and that's definitely the hardest one, definitely.
So, but isn't it? You're looking at results when you haven't got it in your own hands. It's just
and you never give yourself credit when you win a match like that. You're always really hard on yourself when you lose one like that. So, yeah, it wasn't nice to take. I still think about it now sometimes.
Now, Mark, tell us. You've played them all and beat them all the top players. But tell us, in your opinion, who's the toughest player on tour to beat?
Probably Selby for me. I would have said John Higgins, but I have a good record against him in recent meetings. I think Selby, you always know what you're going to get with Mark. He's going to make it super tough, regardless of the scoreline. You could be 5-0 up, and he'd still be trying his nuts off. He just makes you work for everything, every single point. It's hard earned against Mark, and you know when you've come away with a victory against them that you've deserved it.
Yeah, fully agree, mate. Fully agree. Now, tell her, did you give him a little bit of stick in the players' lounge there? Because obviously you got your Man United jacket on, and him being a big Foxes fan, that game wasn't too close the weekend, was it?
No, it wasn't. It was actually good to see United perform well for a change. The last few weeks has been tough to watch, and I think they've got some sort of system going now where they've got players playing in the right positions. And obviously, although I'm a massive fan of Wayne Rooney, they looked a better team without him.
Yeah,
on Saturday,
absolutely.
the first half was as good as I've seen from United so far. And any sort of one over you can get on the likes of Selby or Tom Ford, no, it's a good one because they'll give you plenty of grief. Obviously, they're defending champions.
Yeah, I'm waiting for the messages, mate. 17th of next month, Liverpool and Man United. I know they're coming.
I've got you on speed dial, don't worry.
Now, Mark, tell us your best personal achievement in snooker to date.
Personal achievement. I'm quite proud of the fact that I've got into the top 16 after only 3 seasons under the old format. That was quite hard to do.
Yeah,
I think there's only been 2 or 3 players that have ever done that. I came in with a good amateur sort of pedigree, and it stood me in good stead for the professional scene. But you never really fully believe you're going to be good enough until you actually do it on the biggest stage, and that was probably definitely one of the biggest feathers in my caps anyway.
Yeah. Now, Mark, next question. You're quite a likeable lad. You like to pull pranks on people, give us all plenty of stick, myself included. But tell us who your best friend on tour is.
Probably Stephen Maguire. You've seen me chatting with him actually just before we've done this interview. So, yeah, Stephen's one of the most likeable guys on tour.
Definitely.
He's very, very sociable. Likes a drink. You know, a bit like myself. So, we spend a lot of time together at tournaments. Obviously, we'll go out for dinner and stuff. And if we were happen to get beat, sort of in a similar stage of the tournament, we normally console ourselves with a few beverages, and there's one or two good stories together over the years that maybe shouldn't be said on camera. But yeah, he's someone that I can always spend a lot of time with.
Yeah, he's a top lad, man. Like you said, he's such an infectious character when he's on.
He's just one of them ones you want to be around because
Yeah.
he makes you laugh, and he's a sort of guy as well that you wouldn't want to get on the wrong side of. I'd say he's a bit of an evil streak to him, but he's a great guy to have on a night out. He's definitely one of the lads.
Yeah, he's a top guy, Stephen. Now tell us, Mark, what's your favourite food?
Anything that's unhealthy. Pizza. I love steak. I love Indian food, spicy. The spicier the better.
Yeah.
If I had to pick one, I'd probably say Indian food. I really like a nice spicy curry.
Nice curry, mate. Can't go wrong with a nice beer to wash it down with.
I don't actually drink beer. I don't like beer. I've never had a beer in my life. I just go straight on the vodka. if you're going out for a good time, you may as well start as you mean to go on.
Correct, mate, correct. So does that tell me that your favourite drink's vodka then?
Alcoholic beverage, yeah, definitely. I've gone vodka, and then I've been known to take a few shots on my time. A lot of my friends back home now, obviously getting a bit older, and they hate going out with me because they know the last couple of hours is just going to be trays of shots set up, and you don't really remember much at the end of the night whenever we go out.
I actually did see that. I can't remember where it was. If it was Germany or I can't remember what tournament it was, but I actually did see you hammering the shots.
That's not like me at all.
It was something to behold for sure, pal.
Yeah.
Now you've played at all the venues, but tell us your favourite venue to play at.
I have to say, now that we're sitting here, Preston Guildhall is an unbelievable venue.
Yeah.
Made for snooker, and it's a shame that we're actually only playing qualifying here, and played in the PTC finals here a few years ago, and it's just built for snooker. It's nice and warm in the arena, and the shape of the building and everything just sets up really well for snooker, but nothing will ever come close to the Crucible.
Yeah.
It's not the nicest of places, backstage and stuff like that, it's a bit run down, but when you get out there in the playing arena, it's the pressure, the atmosphere, it's just so immense. Like, one of my first memories of the Crucible, my second shot of the match, I remember I potted a long red off Ken Doherty's break. Sad that I know this, but I do. And I left myself in the middle pocket jaws, pretty much playing the blue into the middle pocket.
Yeah.
And I felt for sure I was going to hit someone on the front row with my cue because you feel so close
Yeah, it
that
really
you've
is.
been there. And
Yeah.
You're so close to the action, and no, it can be off-putting. And I was fortunate that sort of settled pretty early, but it can be a daunting place. But there's no better place in the world whenever you're playing well.
Yeah, you definitely need a certain sort of character about when you go there the first time. I mean, like what you just said, but first time I went there, I couldn't actually believe how close you are to the players, and like even with the partition in the middle.
Yeah, with the partition down, it's unbelievable. And I've only got to the one table setup once there, and it's a completely different arena. Probably not as good in the one table arena setup, although it's a better spectacle because you're in the semis or final of the Worlds. But the two table setup with the partition down just adds that atmosphere that no one else can create.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I don't think it'll be long before you're in the one table setup again. I'm one of your fans, as a lot of us are, mate, and definitely good enough. Now tell us, Mark, you guys have a real tough schedule, don't get much chance to relax away from snooker, but when you do, where do you like to do so?
It's hard at the minute. Now you've so little time, so any time you get at the minute, I just spend time with family. Just get a bit of practice in, spend time with family. There's not much really to be doing in between events. You've got a few days here and there, but definitely over Christmas and New Year, we have a bit of time off. Definitely like to socialise and have a few drinks and make up for lost time, sort of thing. But it's a tough schedule, as you say. Like I was looking at the calendar the other day. There's only a few days in between events at times, and I think 6 or 7 days between now and the 19th of December that we'll possibly be home if you were to do well in all the events. So it's hard being away from home, but the rewards that come with it, if you're doing well, make that a little bit easier. You can sort of provide for your family for the future as well if you were to do well, but it doesn't make the travelling and that and the time away from home any easier, but it is a means to an end.
Yeah, I mean, we had a chat about that in Firth, didn't we? Basically about the break you had at the start of the season. You really look like you've done you well. You've come back refreshed and just raring to go, aren't you?
Yeah, I feel like I've only just started, really. I've only played a couple of matches, and I feel like I'm in better shape normally than I am this time of the season. If I could change things, I might not take that break, because with the hectic schedule the way it is at the minute, I would have, now looking at it, I should have probably played one or two of the earlier events and maybe choose one of the events in the middle of this hectic schedule to then maybe take a week off. Because it's going to be hard if someone does well in the next 6 weeks. There's going to be a lot of snooker, and come Christmas, they might not have much left.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, you've got the British Open starting shortly as well, off to Romania, probably Sunday, if you qualify. So it really is a hectic schedule at the moment, isn't it?
It is hectic. Like I flew in yesterday, play today, play again tomorrow, fly home tomorrow night, fly back Friday, play Saturday, fly home Saturday night, fly to Romania Sunday if I qualify, fly from Romania to Manchester for the English Open, finish the English Open, you have 2 days at home before you go to China for the international, straight from the international to the new event. From the new event to the Champion of Champions, from the Champion of Champions to Belfast. it's absolutely mental.
It's manic. It's manic.
It'd be great, obviously, if you're away for that period of time, because it means you're doing well in the events, but it is hectic, and maybe something World Snooker could look at, because it's a bit much, because you know yourself with travelling. It's expensive as well, and you're not quite sure where you're going to be and what time you need to go to the next country or tournament, and it's hard to book in advance for anything now at the minute, and it works out very, very expensive.
I mean, it's just strange, Mark, because you get like periods of the season where there's nothing, and then all of a sudden, like you said, a clutch of tournaments, and you've been a family man yourself. It's really hard, isn't it?
Yeah, and there's people worse off than me with more kids and more family time and stuff is more important, but it is hard, and World Snooker should really look at that. We all cry out for more tournaments, and that's brilliant, and Barry Hearn's done a brilliant job to get us so many events, but as you say, there's massive gaps in the calendar at times, and if you could space them out a little bit more, you get a bit more quality time at home. Yeah,
I fully agree. And Mark, I know you get a little bit more confident when you've had a drink, especially when it comes to your dance steps, mate. So tell us your favourite music you like to listen to, pal.
Dance steps, that just sends shivers right down my spine. I'm horrendous. You know that I'm drunk if you see me on the dance floor, because that's the only time I'll ever be on the dance floor. Like bars pay me not to get on the dance floor because it empties the place. But it's terrible. But like music choices, like I'll listen to pretty much anything. So if I'm out on a night out, a bit of R&B, bit of dance music, bit of like 90s dance. I love all those sort of things, all those sort of songs. I listen to pretty much anything apart from maybe heavy metal or classical music. I listen to pretty much anything else.
Seems like the heavy metal gets a swell from most players. It's not
it's just not my cup of tea. No. My brother had an ex-girlfriend one time. She was into like Metallica. Yeah. And it was just brain damage.
Never been music,
brain damage. Never been music at all.
Now tell us, who was your sporting hero when you were growing up?
In snooker or in sport in general?
Just in general.
Snooker was definitely Hendry. Obviously, whenever I started playing, he was dominating. Sort of mid to late 90s, he was the man to beat. It's someone I looked up to, and got to play him in my first professional event, which is a bit surreal. But aside from snooker, Tiger Woods, massive Tiger Woods fan, massive golf fan. Yeah. It's sad not to see him in the tournaments now, although I'm a big follower of Rory McIlroy, obviously the homeboy.
Yeah, it's class, right? Class.
It's just not quite the same with Woods not in the tournaments, and obviously he's like 21 days away from coming back, counting down the days, by the way. Pretty sad again. But just the tournaments have a buzz around them. Yeah. Whenever Woods is there.
Yeah.
And with the greatest respect to McElroy, Dustin Johnson, all the top boys at the minute who thoroughly deserve to be there.
Yeah.
It'll be good to see Woods back.
Yeah, I mean, it's like you said, it's just a shame when it's a bit sort of similar to Ronnie, isn't it? Like when
Yeah.
Ronnie's not in a tournament.
Yeah.
Look, all you guys are fantastic players, and there's nothing in it. Do you know what I mean?
But the buzz is better when
the buzz
Ronnie's
is better
there
when he's
because
there,
the ticket sales are up.
Yeah,
The crowds are bigger for every match then,
Yeah.
as a knock-on effect. And obviously, they're better tournaments to win if you can beat Ronnie along the way or win a tournament that Ronnie was in. I have no problem saying that. No, Ronnie is the big draw in our sport.
Yeah.
But it's just it helps us. Whenever Ronnie plays, it helps us.
Yeah,
because
sure.
It sells more tickets, attracts more sponsors, and we reap the rewards as well.
Yeah, fully agree. And Mark, last question. If you could run World Snooker, what changes would you make and why?
Oh my God. Where do I start? A bit of a drastic change. I think I would have all the tournaments in China as a block.
Yeah.
Maybe so you might be in China for maybe 2 months or 10 weeks or something like that, but
Okay.
you'll not be there the rest of the season. Just have like an Asian swing like the golf do.
Yeah.
Then all the European tour events, get them all at one time as well, and then all the UK events.
Yeah.
It'd be so much easier for travelling.
Yeah.
You could sort of base yourself somewhere in Asia, travel to all the events, base yourself somewhere in Europe, travel all the events,
Yeah.
and base yourself at home in the UK and travel to all the events. That would be probably the one big change, because it's hard when you're going to China and then you're back for a week, maybe flying back to China again, like
Yeah.
last year with I think it was China, then back to UK, to Thailand, and then
Yeah.
back to the UK, and then back to China.
China again. That's
It's,
right,
it's a bit of a nuisance, that, and the expenses are massive whenever you're doing that. So if you could just bunch them together and just go, there we go. It's so much easier now. This new event in China,
Yeah.
straight on the back of the international, so anyone that's in it will already be in the international.
That's right,
as long as
yeah.
they qualify here over the weekend. But then you're going straight from there to there instead of coming back to the UK. It's so much easier, and definitely a major change. And the next one will be longer matches. The short formats now they've been done. Let's move on. Let's get some bigger events. This new event in China now, best of 11. It's only the start,
Yeah.
hopefully, of bigger events and longer matches. UK Championships back to best of 17.
Yeah, fully
I
agree.
think
They've
that would
devalued
be-
it, haven't they? They really
even if
devalued
it means the top players have to go and play 2 matches somewhere to qualify, and
Yeah.
so be it. But best of 17s make it feel like a proper tournament again. Too many short races, and although I've done well in the PTCs, which are short races, I still prefer the longer matches.
Yeah, Mark, a lot of the top players have agreed with you on that point. I mean, it's sort of like the UK has been devalued, hasn't it, really,
Big
as a
time.
best of
I
11
said it
tournament.
when it happened, and I got a lot
Yeah.
of stick for it in the media, but it is true. The best of 17s, over the course of maybe 10 days, brings out the best player. The best player wins the World Championships every year.
Yeah,
At the end of the day,
absolutely,
in a longer format. So you could sort of fluke a tournament, really. Best of 7s, you could. If you get on a bit of a spurt for a few
Yeah.
days, you could nearly fluke a tournament. But in the longer matches, you just can't do that. The
No, you can't,
best
no.
players will always come through.
Yeah, fully agree. Mark, look, mate, it's been tremendous talking to you, mate, and you're always a great person to sit down with, great banter about you.
Yeah.
And all of us at QSports.club want to wish you the very best for the coming season,
I
pal.
appreciate that. I'm going to go and watch the crap football on Wednesday nights now.
Cheers, mate.